Let's take a quick look at what arrived on my doorstep today from Mattel Creations. This is Night Stalker from the Masters of the Universe Origins line. Night Stalker obviously being the evil armored battle steed that goes opposite Stridor. And I do not know what the process is for what Mattel decides is going to be a Mattel Creations exclusive versus things that go to retail. Only because Stridor is something that went to retail. This is a nice item. I don't know why it's a Mattel Creations exclusive, but whatever, it's not too big a deal. I do really like the Origins box art for the larger pieces. It is such a wonderful throwback to the box art that we got back in the day for Masters of the Universe. It's pretty much on par. And interestingly enough, or at least it is interesting to me, I am a He-Man collector, but not like a crazy one. But I do have a few boxed items from the vintage line, and I do have a tattered Night Stalker in a tattered Night Stalker box, for what that's worth comparison wise. Actually, let me zoom out so we can see that. Half warhorse, half fighting machine Night Stalker carries Skeletor into combat. And then on the back is a lot of other items that they wanted us to buy. So the new Origins Night Stalker obviously gets the win as far as box art and overall presentation in the box, because this is a much nicer piece, even though I will probably be throwing this out. All right, so let's get this guy out. So he is everything I expected, and that's a good thing. So if you have Stridor, then you know what you're getting with Night Stalker here, because it's essentially the same thing with the more evil color schemes. Firstly, we got the accessories out of the way. You do get a stand or a stable or whatever that fits very nicely with Snake Mountain. It almost makes me feel like these are designed to clip on somewhere. If they are, and I'm unaware of that, sorry. But even if they're not, you put this right up against Snake Mountain and it looks like a kind of a seamless continuation of that kind of landscape. A lot of nice molding in that. You get an alternate helmet for Night Stalker, just like you did with Stridor. I'll leave that one on for now. You hook on these two guns, which do rotate, and you put the bit in his mouth, and he's got the real rope. What are these called? Reins? Wow, I couldn't think of that word. The tail does rotate, so does this gun on the back of him. You do get the pew pew fire effects, just like with Stridor. And I usually have a criticism with the Origins stuff. I like it all and I buy it all, but I do usually have some. There's usually a downside to it. With Night Stalker and Stridor, there isn't one. He's very much obviously faithful to the original Night Stalker, but the Origins line really improved upon it just by giving it some articulation, kind of like what they did with Battle Cat and Panther. The fact that you can pose his legs in 1, 2, 3 points on both the front and back legs is a big deal, and it irritated the hell out of me as a kid that I couldn't pose the legs of Stridor or Night Stalker. In fact, here is my original, which is really really just, it's a really, really nice piece, but they're statues. They don't do anything. The only things that move on them are the tail, the gun, and these guns. Everything else is static. And also, before I forget, the head has a few points of articulation, so you can do some nice posing there. The mouth is spring-loaded, so when you take the bit out, it clamps shut. So it's nice. It's great. It's everything. It's everything it should be. And let me put Skeletor in there just for, well, just to kind of complete the picture. And they look great together. I put the blast effects on there just so you see everything together, but I really, really hate those things. They are coming off. And lastly, facing off with his heroic counterpart. And that is just a quick look at Night Stalker, the most recent Mattel Creations exclusive for the Masters of the Universe Origins line.